But you also look for the AI piece if you look in the
Uh,
throughout the setup.
all right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Elizabeth Lane. Now, you come in Elizabeth Lane and you come into this big parking lot here. These two parking spaces right here, we want to get. That's the last thing where you can be standing before they go into voting. Voting, you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, voting, the entrance to the voting is right here. Let me show you another view. So here's the two parking spots, and here's the entrance to the voting. Now, what we need, the people come from this parking lot over here and from all the parking spaces all the way up, and let me get back to this here. I lost my view. Let me see if I can get back to it. All right, I'll try to do it this way. I lost my view. But anyway, here's the doors right here to the uh, voting right here. So these two parking spots right here we need because people come in from the other parking and they walk into this way along this sidewalk. They can't, there's no parking on the other side, so they don't come in from this way. So we're allowed to put signs along this sidewalk up to a certain point, and then they don't, that's the demarcation, so you can't be like 50 feet from the door. So what we want to do is get signs up right away in this area here. And also, but here's the problem is getting there early enough to park there and hold that spot because what we're going to have to do at each location is put up a table so that we have a place to set our literature and all of that. And I normally attach an American flag to one of the legs and all that sort of thing. Now, having said that, I have the tables and I have the flags and all that business. So what I was going to do, instead of having each person set up their own, is I'll just go out in the previous night and set everything up, put all the tables out and all of that at the other locations, which we'll get into in a minute. But on this one, this would be like my last stop, and I'll park there and put the table up and all of that. And then from that point forward, when we make rotations, we just move the table. I pull my car out, you pull your car in, and continue on. So in other words, rotating between the locations by all of us. Does that was that a clear?
How can we do that if we leave the spot and get to the other spot with someone still there? We
Well,
would
we've got
abandon it.
we're supposed to have a volunteer.
Okay, so you're saying the volunteers hold the spot until we get back, one of us get back to the other location.
Right.
Okay.
So so let's go back to the signs. I've got enough of yours, Leon, where I've got the flags on
Hmm.
them and the big one and all that kind of
Right.
things. By the way, I'll need those big ones back that you clipped off.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just put new tie wraps on them, but I'm making enough for about 4 or 5 of your big ones for each site.
All right, I'll drop them by your house tomorrow.
Okay. Any questions on Elizabeth Lane?
No, putting signs out and taking that one or two parking spaces right there.
Right. Now, so the signs, um, Does everybody want to put out their own signs? Do you want to come here and put signs at my place and we'll bundle them together, or how do you want to do this?
It's a good question, Mark. I don't know what's the most efficient way.
All right, let me go through the other sites and then
Okay.
let me show you. I think I've got an idea about how we can do it.
Here's
Uh,
a question related to that. Are we able to be on the school property on Monday evening?
yes, any time after they close.
Because I know that Crown Point has a gate, a lock gate for the parking lot. And
I've
I don't
never,
know if Elizabeth Lane has a gate or a whatever the barrier. There's not really a big gate, but it locks the parking lot.
yeah, I've never experienced that. I've never experienced the entrance being blocked in all the election times I've ever been involved in. So, but here's the problem. Those dirty, sneaky rats, they scheduled that commissioner meeting at 5:30 on Monday. So we got to be prepared to leave that commissioner meeting and take off like fast.
Hmm.
Okay, because you know what they did on early voting? They must have put everything out like at about 5:30 uh, on early voting. You saw how all three of their signs were up all over the place. Okay.
Well, do we need others to go do that for us?
Hey, quick question, guys. What's one's the most important for you guys? Like, is Elizabeth Lane like that's the most important having that spot right there?
Yeah, yeah. Elizabeth Lane is the biggest precinct, and it's also the one that we always do the poorest in. And so we need to have as much coverage as we possibly can.
What what time does what time does the school end? Like, when's the property shut down there? Is it 5 p.m.? Is it
Yeah, I
4?
think I think it's 5. Yeah,
What I could do? You guys have what time's your meeting?
5:30.
5:30. It'll probably be over at 6.
Why don't I just drive my car and I'll just sit there at 5 p.m. in that spot?
Oh,
Do it.
I could just drive my car and sit in that spot. That particular wait, that one right there, right?
yeah.
So I could get there at like 5 p.m. and sit there, and hopefully no one's sitting there yet.
Can you
Right.
put his signs up? Go ahead and put signs up and
I can put mine up there, whatever. I can have mine with me. I can go, but I can go save that spot until you guys. I don't know what's the pro. I mean, would you put? How are we going to hold on to that spot?
Well, so it's not so much holding on to it Monday night,
Okay.
unless they have the same intentions. In other words, to have somebody just go there and park there. Um, I wish you had somebody had 2 cars where they could bring the other driver could take off with, leave the car there and just take off with the other car.
Yeah, it's impossible with us. We only have 2 cars, so
Yeah. Uh, well, we got time tomorrow to to think it through. Uh, but the only thing I'm concerned about is that they'll think of the same thing and they'll drive a car there and park there. I mean, they always captured that spot.
yeah. I bet you they just have. I bet you they just have someone working at the school that just sits there. I bet you. I mean, McCool lives right down the road, so he'll probably just park a car until someone gets there.
Yeah, they always got that spot.
Yeah.
Um,
They have it towed
how
if
about
you.
you, Leon? Do you have more than one vehicle and maybe Carol could drive one or
well, I only have 7, so I don't know if I can spare one. I could possibly park my Expedition there. It's only 29 years old, so
yeah, and then just have
uh,
somebody pick you up in another vehicle?
yeah, I can do that. If Jonathan, if you hold on
Yep.
to it, I can after the meeting, I'll meet you over there. Then
Okay.
I'll have my wife to come pick me up.
Sure. If I go over there at 5 p.m. tomorrow and sit my car there, hopefully get there. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah,
I,
we should be there by 6:15.
yeah, I can
All
just.
right.
Okay?
Let's do that,
Okay.
and hopefully they don't tow it over in the night.
No, I don't believe that'll happen. Now, Leon, I'm going to put one of your big signs right here at that intersection right here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'll have all those signs with me, but I'll try to drop them off at your house before 5.
Oh no, I'm making a bunch more. I'm making 20
Oh,
more.
more than the ones I have in my car
Oh,
already.
oh yeah, I've got 30 of them that
We only have 4 sites we can work with, Bart. You got
yeah,
30
I know,
sites.
but you gotta really pepper this thing. All right, because over on this side, now you see this is where the people walk. It's
Right.
it's a little distorted here. This distance here is not that far. It's only about, I don't know, 8, 9 feet maybe. All right, so they come walking down this way into the voting area. But over on this side, again, the distances are distorted. They're going to be coming down this way from their cars.
Right.
All right, so in other words, you see all this parking all the way up here?
Yes.
All right, so they get out of their cars and they start walking down this way. And so I'm going to show you. So here we are sitting right here. They're walking down that area. So all throughout here, let me see if I could get this thing right here. All right, so all throughout here is where we want signs as well, all along this area. So in addition to in front, we're going to want them along that curb as well. We also want, let me get over here. So now they're coming in from this other parking lot. So we're going to want signs along this edge as well. So that's why I'm having so many, Leon. So in other words, there'll be signs in this median, signs over here. So as they're coming from this parking lot, they're seeing all our signs, and then they walk through and into the other parking lot. That's where our car will be parked right here. And so we can also we put signs along this walkway. In other words, every place they could possibly walk coming from this other area. So how many signs? I'm sorry. Okay, so how many signs does everyone have to split between 4 sites? Hey, Jonathan, how about you?
I've got plenty, probably, right?
I don't know.
Maybe like 25, 30, probably, right?
Okay, great. Because
Yeah, I think
you'll need at least
by the house. Yeah.
you'll need at least 6 or 7 here at Elizabeth Lane.
Okay. All right.
All right. Any other questions on Elizabeth Lane? Okay.
No.
No.
All right. So let's go on to the community center. So here's Trade Street coming in McDowell, and there's also people that'll be coming in on Sadie. Now, let me blow this up a bit. So the entrance, you see this little piece of concrete right here? So
Yep.
the entrance is right there. We can put signs all along this driveway on both sides. And I'm going to set up a table. There's either one of 2 places to set up a table. That's here or here.
On the grass or the patch area.
Yeah, let me blow it up one more time. So here's the entrance. I'm gravitating to setting up the table right here.
Mark,
Yeah,
this is going to be your best spot.
right where I'm pointing right now.
No, the other spot.
This one?
Yeah, because they're going to park over there in the parking lot back behind it.
Okay.
If you go to, as you're coming down the road and you keep going straight, you're not showing the parking lot, but that's where, yeah, the parking lot right there, that's
Hmm.
where they park and they'll walk around into the doors there.
Okay, so the only place they can park is here, and you're saying that that's a limited amount, but the majority is going to be coming in this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least that's where how they did it 2 years ago.
Yeah, Gina's right. 2 years ago, the majority of the people parked down there to the south in that bigger parking lot. I think when if I remember correctly, I think Jeff Miller was here. I think he was part. They were set up in kind of that red car right there. I thought in that kind of vicinity. I may be wrong, but that's what I remember.
Well, what I was going to do is park my car here,
Yeah.
and or somebody was going to park there. But nevertheless, set up a table here. Is that what you're saying, Gina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that by that tree? Is that a flat surface or
No,
what?
it's not. But what I do is I'll dig out whatever little holes I need to in order to make the table level.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember if they were actually in that parking lot or in that area with the tree there, but that's where Jeff Miller and all them were hanging out the last election.
Yep. And McCool's dad and stuff. They were all there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Now, I don't remember anybody actually taking a parking space
I
for. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember. I just remember them being over in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My is that McCool or Miller just parked their car there and they can operate out of their car and that spot right there, that little grassy spot Gina pointed out, because they were all in that area, that center parking spot area, red and white truck, all in that area.
Okay. And of course, we can put whatever cars parked there, we can put all kinds of signs on it. While I'm thinking about signs, we were talking about the traveling display in the truck with the LED display.
Yeah.
It turns out that uh, vehicular signs are not allowed in Matthews.
Oh. Oh, well, there we go. That ends that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in the UDO. Here, let me show you real quickly.
I trust you. But
Yeah. Uh, so the UDO has, uh, they're restricted on advertising signs, but one of the specific ones is called vehicular signs.
yeah. Okay. All right.
All
That's
right.
fine. Good enough.
I'm gonna double check on that in the morning that I read it properly, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Okay.
All right. So are any questions on community center? Okay. This is the Crown Point Elementary. Now, this is a hot spot. Let me tell you, there's a lot next to Elizabeth Lane, and this is the next one, I think. Uh, Lots of Republicans in this area, but this is Sam Newell Road, and everybody knows how to get in here. But here's what happens. They park right here because there's very limited parking over on this side, but most of the people park right here and they come through this area or up this sidewalk. Let me blow it up just one more time here. Okay, so we want to put signs all along here and up this walkway and along this walkway. Now, I'm going to set up a table here, but also because that'll catch people when they're coming this way, when we're coming this way. We'll be facing them in both cases. But right here, this cover right here, if you kind of do a extrapolation and come in here, this is where the door is, right here, for them to come in to vote. You can't put anything past about this point right here on the sidewalk. You can load up this roundabout with signs. You can load up all along here and all along here. any place that they would enter into the parking lot, like even on this median here. So, but they come up, they typically come in this walkway or this walkway. So I'll get there early to get a table set up here. And, but also what happens is the opposition, if we set up a table here, they set up one just at the last spot that you could get. So I'm going to put a bunch of our signs right there so that they can't take that spot. Let me tell you what they did to me 4 years ago when I was doing for the MEC GOP is they took up all the signs and put a table right there. I screamed and they admitted they did it and they took their table away and let me put my table there. So
Huh.
I want to make sure I get there as quickly as I possibly can to get that set up. The bottom line is I'll set up the tables because I've got the tables, I've got the flags, all that kind of stuff. I just need to make a quick run to all the locations and get it done.
Well, Mark,
Yeah.
that area you're pointing out,
Uh-huh.
we need to fill that area with our signs, and then when you come with the table, you can pull our signs up.
Well, the problem, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said what I said, is they pulled all our signs up that other time and put a table there themselves.
Well, we need to put them out there and take a picture, and if they pulled them up, show them the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They were all screaming. It was somebody else that did it. It wasn't us. So anyway, that's that. Any questions on Crown Point? So there's going to be, so we need signs all over the place. So this one's probably the one that takes the most signs.
Okay.
All right. The last one is CPCC, and this is the main roundabout. Um, they don't enter, well, I take that back. There is an entry point here to go in and vote, but the voting is down here. So what happens is this particular one is where all the signs are. And I normally set up right there. Um, and believe it or not, I mean, there are periods of time on voting day where it gets a little bit busy, but toward the afternoon, it's just dead. Gina and I, what was that year we were out in the cold till 6 or 7 at night? And we
Uh,
finally said, enough of this stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so let me blow this up a little bit. So when people are coming in, they're going to come in on Campus Ridge Road and they're going to come in like this, or they're going to come in from all the way out here on, uh, where is the entrance? Oh, there's two entrances here. There's this one and there's this one. So we pretty much load up signs so they can see it regardless if they're coming in this way or coming in this way. But the table setup's going to be down here. And it'll be on the surface. Any questions here?
No, where do you want each of us to go to at 0 dark 30?
Well, that's the next thing we need to talk about is who wants what when. Um, Leon, I think you should be at Elizabeth Lane.
Especially since I'm trying to find my expedition, my car, making sure it wasn't stolen or towed away.
Yeah. So they're going to be pouring in there early in the morning, and you really need to be there,
Will do.
in my opinion. Anybody else disagree?
I don't disagree.
Yeah. Bottom of the list is CPCC. Okay, the next, I could take Elizabeth, I mean, I can take Crown Point. Anybody want to take Community Center? Or would you rather have Crown Point? Anybody else?
I mean, I'm fine anywhere. It doesn't really matter to me.
Mark, I'd rather finish at Crown Point if you don't mind. I think it's probably
Yeah.
that's when
Actually,
I grew up on that area, so I'd rather finish at Crown Point. But I'm fine going. If I mean, I can start at CP again if that's fine, Gina. I'll let you choose, Gina. You're up, whatever you want. You want community center or CP?
I'll start at CP
Okay.
and yeah, because I've never really been there. I mean, I've been there, but not like starting there. So I've
Okay.
kind of traveled around. So,
Yeah.
but I'll start at CPCC,
Okay.
and because that won't take me but 2 minutes to get there. So
Yeah. You and me both, and Leon all pretty close to CP. Yeah, I can do
yeah,
community then. That's fine.
all right, and then
So,
you'll do Community Center.
Yeah, I'll go to community center in the
all right,
morning.
what's the rotation?
Do you want to do every 2 hours?
Okay.
Is
Well,
that
that's hold on. What? How many times? I'd rather just. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of. I
or
guess
yeah.
do
just
do you
Let's
want to do?
just hold on and see how things are going, and then if we hear people, I don't know if we feel like we need to. If you're getting slammed at one area and CPCC is slow, then I don't need to be at CPCC. I might need to go help somewhere else.
right.
Well,
I don't want to flounder at CP. It's. I mean, I remember doing that 2 years ago, and it was super dead because also you got the college kids coming in. It's about a quarter people voting and three quarters that are just coming to school. So
well, I think Gina's hit it on the head, though. I think constant communication with each other
Yeah,
on our text group that we have here,
Okay.
and just that's great idea, Gina. I mean, if it's real busy someplace and somebody needs some help. No, I haven't checked Mary Beth's sign up sheet to find out how much coverage we have from volunteers. Because one of the things I'm always concerned about when we switch locations is that there's nobody there. Because
yeah,
there'll be a 15 to 20 minute window while we're traveling from one spot to the other. So, and of course, Jim Deadman, he's in the mix, but I'm hoping he'll be a little bit more participatory in this final day. But he can um, he can also be the travel person from one to the other. So in other words, he can go to one spot, that person goes to a new one. In other words, he could be the backup person.
She
Uh,
only has for the fourth, she only has 5 people signed up.
oh boy. For period, not, I mean, at each location or just,
No, that's 4 all day.
oh my gosh.
That's all I see on it.
All right, do you see Bob Moran on there anywhere?
No, he's not on it.
I'll call him and ask if he could help. He'll always pitch in. How about Bonnie Evans? Is she on there?
She is not.
Because everybody works.
Yes, true.
Um,
Well, I think we all should be pushing those buttons. We could sure use the help.
we need massive coverage. If I hate Priscilla and James have been so great. Are they on the list as well?
They are.
Okay. Um, how about Joe? Uh,
Joe is not on this list.
hmm
from 1 o'clock to
uh,
John.
Jonathan and Sarah, do you have any friends that could pitch in?
At Crown Point from when it opens till 1 o'clock.
I'm sorry.
We have coverage from Crown Point from when it opens until 1 o'clock.
Is that your mom?
His mom and then
Some friends, yeah.
another friend who's offered to come in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So they'll be at Crown Point. So that's where they'll be till basically till I get there to close
Okay.
it.
Okay,
Okay, okay, I just spoke with Kenny. He's gonna be helping Tuesday, but I don't know exactly what time yet.
okay,
But when he gets done with work, he'll help.
all
Same
right.
with my wife. She'll be in and out helping.
Will be too.
Yeah,
I've got to
yeah.
pick up kids.
Yeah, Sarah will be in and out too. She got to be with kids and take them kids to school and pick them up, but she'll be helping too as well as much as she can. But
Do you have everybody I'm talking to, do we have any other friends?
Ginger's
Unfortunately,
gonna help.
Ginger.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'll help when she can.
Unfortunately, um, hmm, you know,
Let me do this then, if it's okay with you. I'll send, if everyone be willing to have your friends, family sign up on this sign up genius to help us kind of coordinate.
yeah.
I'll send it to everyone, and if they don't mind, at least we can plug in and get some sense of coverage of who's doing what.
Hmm.
I'll send it to all of you right now. You've probably already seen it, but I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of the friends that I have, they're not the type to get out there and, do the sales pitch. Uh, they're more behind the scenes, like Anna Marie and Heather and all of those. They're great, great, great volunteers, but they're just not the kind to get out and meet people. Um, okay. Anything else?
What time do we show up on Tuesday?
yep, there we go.
Yep. I don't think we should not be there any later than 6:15 a.m.
Yep.
Preferably 6.
Okay. I'll get there. I'll get at the community center about 5:45. So
Okay.
In fact, I'm heading that way now. Get started.
we got to drop off that car, Leon. So
Um, and I'll have the night before, I'll have all the tables, and I'll put out Leon's big signs and whatever other signs I have, but I have to put up the ones because it's rebar, and I I'll put them up.
All right.
Um,
You got anyone helping you, your buddy, any of your friends helping you, Mark, with that? Or?
oh no, I can put those. I've got them all like a kit. I just pound the
Mhm.
rebar in, and I'm in and out in
Okay.
a couple of minutes on each one.
hey, one last question. Oh, the sign question again, Mark. How are we doing the sign for each spot? What's we do our own or what's what do you
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's readdress that. So the fact that we're all going to show up at a single location in the morning means that we need to go out and put up our signs the night before.
Okay.
And that was back, if we bundle them together, we're going to need 2 or 3 people traveling together to put all the signs up. I mean, one person could not put the signs up effectively for all candidates, all 5 candidates, uh, at one spot. Well, let me take that back. Um, we could possibly do it that way. Yeah, we could possibly do it that way. That's what I was asking about, if you wanted to come bring them all here and we'll bundle them up with what signs we have available and then just distribute them to each individual and have somebody go to each site and put up the signs. That's one way to do it. The other way is we all just go out at 5:30, 6 o'clock and put up our own. But you have to
I've
travel to each site.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's only 4 spots. For me, I'm comfortable putting my own out. I mean,
Yeah, I'm fine putting mine out. That might be
I,
easier,
yeah,
honestly.
actually, I prefer it that way because, sometimes when you're doing it for somebody else, you may not have picked an appropriate location that that person would have preferred. So, yeah, let's do it that way if it's okay with everybody.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
And
So it's
when do we put them out?
Right?
Monday night?
Yeah, I mean, like as soon as we get out of our meetings, at our commissioner meeting, we got to be ready to go get in the car and go.
Okay.
Relieve me at the Crown Point at the Elizabeth Lane. You mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Uh, so what I mean is on Monday night, for everyone,
Yes, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
put their signs out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Tuesday, everything should be set up in the morning, and we'll just walk in. I do have to set up, get a kit of material for each of you, and I can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Goes on the table.
also I would like after Tuesday voting's over, then whatever spot somebody's at, pull everybody's signs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be at Crown Point finishing up, so I'll get everybody's sign, all of our guys' sign.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now, one last thing is what are we going to focus on? In other words, they put out that latest mailer that shows Higdon and Urban along with all 6 commissioners, of which Jonathan, you're one of them.
Which one is this one? I don't know if I got this mailer.
Let me hold on, let me see if I could.
Oh,
Flyer, the flyer where they tell you to go vote,
Yeah, it says it's a smaller one, looks like a postcard.
the mayor one.
yeah, we threw that away.
Yeah, I threw it away.
The pack one, the unaffiliated technically one. Yeah, okay. Yep.
The one that looks got like an American flag on the front, and it's got vote to make Matthews, blah 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 blah, and it's got Higdon and Urban, and then you and Garrity and Lamson.
Great. It sounds like a miserable scenario if I'm just the only one of those people.
Yeah.
I'd rather not get elected if that's the outcome.
Well, here's what I'm thinking about the focus. The focus is if Higdon and Urban fail to get elected, the whole thing falls apart. And we know they're going to fail. I feel really good about Leon winning, based on uh, the people coming through during the early voting. Now, that last card that was sent out, the John and John card. So, what do we do? What's our sales pitch for election day? Is it saying, hey, they've been in office for all those years. Do you see anything better around you? It's time for a change? Do we talk about the fact that entire card with Higdon and the 6 commissioners was financed by developers? Do we do or do we do all of that? What I don't know what you all feel comfortable with in terms of the best, most effective message. Ideas? Anybody have ideas?
Well, for me on the mayor one, I'm if I see him with that, I'm gonna let him know because I've got my little cheat sheet with me of who financed it. But then I'm also gonna give him a little history to let him know. Would you like to know what those mayors have done in the past?
Hmm. Okay.
So for me, would you support someone that is being endorsed by mayors who condemn property for the well-connected of this town? Would you support someone who used the quick take power to take a World War II veteran's farm from him? That's what,
Hmm.
just something like that. If it comes up,
Hmm.
you know, I'm not going to go out and say it, but if it comes up, I'm going to let them know what kind of mayors these are. Oh, what about, did you know that this mayor used his Wells Fargo email account to keep
Hmm.
town work, his town business off public. I mean, I can go into so much stuff, so.
Okay. How about some ideas from everyone else?
For me, I feel more comfortable by just kind of listening and then responding. Each person has a different entrance or interests. I'm
Mhm.
just kind of reading it. There are a number of different things that seem to pulled my attention this whole week there at the library. So I don't think I have a set theme. At least I don't have one. I have multiples, but I'm not going to waste my time talking about them. I'll tell them what we're doing, what we're committed to.
Okay.
I'm always more comfortable telling our story than trying to dismantle theirs. So I'm a little bit more comfortable telling that we have solution oriented leadership. We're finding and looking for solutions, and so I feel better about talking about us more than about those criminals that we're trying to get rid of.
Hmm. Jonathan? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more along those lines. I don't have all the information and background Gina's got. She's like a wealth of information and history. I could not repeat that or even try. So I'll probably just stick with my usual. Be happy, smile, laugh. I'll focus on the where I came from is the high density and voice of the citizen. That'll be my go-to for a lot of things because I
Mhm.
am just the average citizen that decided to get involved in this. So I just want to. I'll probably prove that point, and that I'm backed by all these people that agree with me. So that's why I joined forces with you guys. So it'll be that. I think if you guys are happy with traffic and you guys are happy with Matthews, then keep on voting the way you're voting. But if you like a guy that can just make a career, 14 years of this, right? So with John Urban, I mean,
Well, actually, I think that was a very powerful statement that you just made. If if you're happy with traffic and high density housing and lack of transparency, then just go ahead and keep going.
yeah. So that'll probably be my go-to. That was my go-to for 2 years ago. I'm going to go do it again. So
Good.
Quick
Well,
question.
yeah.
Do we know if Alex is going to show up in any of these places?
Probably if his
I,
wife doesn't tie him down.
Oh, well, you didn't see what Jonathan and I saw.
What did he do?
did. She probably did. He fluctuated between the back of the.
I
Uh,
don't know if he saw Higdon. Higdon went up to the
oh,
top of the hill in front of that house,
oh yeah.
and he was undoubtedly on the phone with the chief of police or the town manager. He wanted to get that guy out of there.
So
We
And
can't do that.
I know he can. And I don't know if you noticed that Alex had his video recorder going the entire time. He was ready for it. He was
yeah,
ready for it.
yeah. He was baiting him into it. I honestly thought he probably really thought he was going to be asked to be removed. So he was baiting them with what he did. That stunt. That was awesome. He is unashamed. I could never pull off the way he acts, or even in the way he puts his words together. I mean,
I commented to Jonathan. I said, "God, his his married life must be very interesting,
His wife is absolutely adorable.
isn't
And I'm
she?"
thinking, what in the world is this guy doing?
I he says this all the time. He's used to play video games and Halo, all the wars. He's dealt with. He goes. These guys don't stand a chance against me. he is he is so funny, man. I don't know. I hope he's out there. I hope he does what he does.
Oh, gee.
So how is everybody feeling? You were out at the polls. You talked to people. Are you feeling positive? I am.
Very. I just need a little sleep to go with it. But other than that, I'm feeling quite encouraged.
Yeah, Gina, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, from being there, it seems positive. It's just, I'm a little concerned, they keep posting those videos of Leon on their Facebook pages, John Clark and stuff, and people are responding and stuff, but hopefully there's not many who are really seeing that, and then hopefully there's not some can see through it, so that's the only concern, that just the crap they're putting on Facebook. So because it's amazing, how it's people will go and vote instead of just going and talking to Leon or me or you or Jonathan or whatever, they'll listen to all the crap on Facebook what people are saying. So,
They do. But here's an interesting observation that I made. We mailed Jim Hardzinski's list was all Democrats, unaffiliated, and Republicans that have voted at least once in the last three elections. So we mailed to 4,300 households, which equated to 6,800 voters. But yet, there were people coming in that had not received any of the mailers.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Where
So
were they?
these are new voters that are just
Ah,
coming in for the first time, and
mhm,
uh, which are great because, and I don't know if you noticed how many of them are coming to vote and have no idea who they're going to vote for.
mhm.
You know, I
Yeah.
I find that amazing, but there are. So, in addition to the seasoned voters, we're having some new ones come in as well, and that's a good opportunity for us. Has anybody had any negative comments that we should be prepared for? Like, I know that those that say they're not voting for Leon, there was like three reasons. One was Leon's your support of Mark Harris. I'm not Mark Harris, Mark Robinson, and the videos when you were pastoring. Like, what do they think a pastor's going to say? I mean, that was you were pastoring. That's what you were doing. And there was a third one, and I can't remember what it was.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they have on Facebook and his Rumble stuff from
Yeah,
His Rumble site, and that's what they're posting out there. So that's the only concern I have if people, I don't.
Maybe maybe they'll see it and give their life to Christ. That would be a wonderful thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's,
negative. I haven't had really any. No one's come to me negative. No, no, I take that back. Along with, I think it was Priscilla was with me. I'm not
Mhm.
100, I can't remember, but I had one guy say he can't vote for anybody who supports Trump.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I've had a couple of those, but the
Yeah.
reason I'm bringing this up is that if we've experienced anything like that, all of us have to be prepared to answer those things. And my answer to any comments about Leon is, he's a faithful person. He's loyal to his friends, and uh, that covers that one. The other one is, he's a pastor. He's going to speak to the heart of his flock, and that's what he was doing. Uh, the
And it wouldn't
the
change a word.
wouldn't change a word. I said, I know the man, and he's committed to his beliefs. And also the Trump thing. That's always a biggie. As soon as
Mhm.
you say you're a Republican, it's immediately. We had somebody yell at us, uh, I'm not voting for any boot-licking Trump supporter. So, but other than that, anybody else have any comments that we need to talk about that we have to come up with an answer for?
well,
No.
I don't feel
well,
like for those people, I don't. I'm not gonna get their votes anyway, so I probably won't waste too much of my voice arguing or making a big deal about it. I mean, all right, well, sorry. That's
But
probably
I
what I'll.
mean, we've had a couple of true information seekers. Like I had one actually ask me about the investigation, about the leak. Uh, so uh, other than that, though, those are probably the only things that I have had a negative comment on.
yeah. Well, kind of piggyback on what you said about Leon, Mark. I think it's important, and one person I was speaking to, I think it's important. People don't understand how we work, that we are a council manager form of government.
Mhm.
So, yes, these may be, it's what I kind of to explain to one lady, or something said, these are his personal beliefs, but when you're on that board, none of that comes into play
Oh, I
because
see. Yeah.
because the mayor has no more power than the board. The mayor is just really a figurehead.
Yeah.
All votes, everything that comes through is the board. We all, supposed to be one. And when I explained that to her, she was like, "Oh, okay." So it's not like he can sit here. They act like, "Oh, because he said this about abortion, or whatever." Abortion does not even play. We have nothing to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
We're just all zoning. So when I explained that to her, she was, she didn't know none of that. So if that door opens for that conversation,
Mm.
for me, I think it's important to explain to people, that sit there and say that. So, well, but that's you have to set that aside. I said, because when he's elected and we're all elected, we have to abide by the Constitution. So we cannot discriminate against anyone.
Yes, yes, that's a good answer. Well, I think we've covered just about everything. Do you want to touch base maybe after we've all been out in the field, after maybe late Monday night? Does anybody feel a value to that?
I mean, you can shoot text if you want to do it that way. I don't know if we need to set anything up officially, but I think just through text is fine with me.
If you
Yeah,
have any questions?
as we're going out and doing our thing Monday night, just keep texting each other, letting us know what our progress is.
Yes, yes. If you run into anything, let someone know.
Okay.
Yep. I'll text you guys when I get to Elizabeth Lane parking lot.
All right.
All right, thank you. Is anything else anyone want to cover before we end?
I'm
No, I
good.
think we got a plan.
Yeah, plan.
All
Okay.
right.
Alrighty.
I love you all, and get on
Bless
your
you.
knees and pray.
Yes.
All right. Have a blessed night. Take care.
All right.
You
See you
too.
Good
guys.
night.
Bye-bye.